Oh my god, let's kick up some ramen. Alright, after you boil your ramen, strain it out. Then you saute up some garlic, you can add some chili in there too. Then throw in some sweet chili and some soy. As it's reducing, add in your ramen. Quickly get it moving and separate the noodles. Last but not least, some cilantro and some green onions if you have it. Enjoy!
Alright guys, beef tips from Black Hawk Farms, cornstarch, cover it good. Now we have water, green onions, soy sauce, brown sugar, ginger, garlic, sriracha. Mix it all up good, set it aside. Got the Jealous Devil running hot, wok on top. We're going to add a little butter, a little sesame oil, bell peppers, onions, and carrots. Hit it with a little Climax AP from Hottie Toddy. Let it roll till they are almost tender. Not done, but a little tender. Now, more sesame oil. We're going to add our beef tips in there and continue to cook until they are almost done. Once they're almost done, we're going to add our veggie mix back in there. And remember that sauce we made earlier? Yep, goes right in there. We're going to continue cooking this and stirring until that sauce thickens up. Now, get you some rice. Ladle some of that goodness on there right there. Hit it with a few sesame seeds and you're ready.
Growing up, I used to get so excited when my mom made this for breakfast, and you guys loved when I made it for the construction workers last time, so here's how to make shakshuka. Saute diced onions and crushed garlic and ginger in olive oil, then add some diced tomato, bell pepper, jalapeno, or green chili. Season with these listed spices written on the screen, then add crushed tomatoes, and once it starts to boil, lower the heat and cover until the veggies are cooked through. Then create some wells for your eggs and lightly season those with salt, pepper, and red pepper and cover until they're cooked to your liking. This is optional, but I top mine with some feta cheese and chopped cilantro. And that is all. It's so good and so easy. Follow for more delicious recipes.
Cheesy chicken tamale pie. Who's with me? Let's go. To your mixing bowl, add 1 box Jiffy corn muffin mix, 2 eggs, half cup of milk, 1 can cream style corn, 1 cup shredded cheese, cumin, chili powder. Mix into a 9x13. Into a 400-degree oven for 20 minutes. After removing from the oven, poke generously with a fork. Pour over 1 can red enchilada sauce. Cover with shredded chicken. Smother with shredded cheese. Back into your 400-degree oven for 20 additional minutes.
I saw this girl make an inside-out omelet for her boyfriend, so I decided to give it a try. I'm not really about keto, but I definitely love cheese. Take your cheese of choice, grate it up, and put it in a hot skillet. And when you start to see the edges getting brown is when you can add your fillings. I was in the mood for something oniony, so here's me adding green onion. If I had a tomato, I would add that too, but I haven't gone grocery shopping yet. Pour the egg right on top of that melted cheese. Put it on top, and then you're gonna season it up. Currently obsessed with Kinder's Master Salt. This tastes like garlic, sea salt, and it's so buttery. You can get it off of Amazon. It's amazing. Trader Joe's, everything but the bagel seasoning. Fucking get it. Add more. I also added red pepper flakes, but I didn't film it. Then you cover and wait for the eggs to be cooked. Once they are, remove the lid. Duh. Take your favorite spatula and flip that shit over. Mine ended up looking more like a breakfast quesadilla, but oh my god, it was really good.
And that's the poutine on the Ritz burger from Bob's Burgers. Gravy is pretty simple to make. Melt butter in a pan and add flour. It's going to look like a mess, but keep stirring it and stirring it. Just keep it moving. This is a roux, and it is a base for many different sauces. Today it will become gravy. When it has reached a gravyish brown color, add your beef stock and continue to stir until smooth. If it gets too thick, add more and continue to stir. Cook your fries now however you want. I use frozen fries. Let's cook our burger. Season your meat. Flip it when it's ready and let's assemble this burger. Bun, burger, fries, cheese curds, I use Cajun flavored, a literal boatload of gravy, an entire crushed stack of Ritz crackers, and top bun. Here's a cross section if anyone was wondering.
This is called maldoum and it's made all over the Mideast. You start by making the meat mixture. Grate 1 onion, squeeze out the liquid, but keep the liquid on the side. Add parsley, all these spices, and olive oil, then mix it together. Mix the ground beef in and add that yummy onion juice. You add it back in to ensure that it tenderizes the meat, and the onions get fully cooked faster this way. Set the meat aside and let it marinate for at least 2 hours. Now start making your layers. I like to make mine nice and thin. And take the meat out beyond the edges of the potatoes because the meat shrinks and it ends up being about the same size. Put them in a baking dish that's higher than the vegetables, because when you add the sauce, you want them to be fully submerged. I should also mention that this dish calls for fried eggplants, but I did half fried, half raw, because I had a guest over that prefers baked. Now for the sauce, saute the garlic and olive oil, and add all these ingredients and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Add the sauce to the dish, making sure everything is covered. Bake it at 400 degrees for about 50 minutes. And here's your thick and saucy maldoom. Enjoy.
Hello everyone, thank me later, but I have just provided you with your newest obsession. This is the way to get like cheese board level bouginess without committing to a full cheese board. And it is a bowl full of honey whipped goat cheese. But it's different than the honey goat cheese I put on most of my cheese boards because it's got some black pepper, olive oil, some garlic, and then it's whipped until it's so smooth. And then you can top it with whatever you want. It looks so pretty, and then dip fresh bread into it. I promise you're
Definitely saved the best for last. These are so good. After yeast and water sit, add your salt, sugar, olive oil, flour, lukewarm milk, give it a whisk, cover, let sit at room temperature for an hour. I got this recipe from my Greek dish, so amazing. Add to a large baggie, cut the tip off, and then pipe your donut holes into your hot oil. They only take a couple minutes to cook. They are so crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside. I hit mine with some warm honey and walnuts, but you could do chocolate or powdered sugar. Enjoy.
So we've made hollandaise by blender. Today we make it by hand. I have 3 egg yolks, and I'm using what is considered a double boiler setup. I don't want the egg yolks right on the heat, but when they sit on top of the steaming water, they'll cook gently the way we want them to. So start to beat these, and now we can give them about a tablespoon of lemon juice. And we beat now till they become like a much lighter yellow. This is probably a couple minutes of your time. And as it starts to get a little lighter and a little thicker, we're gonna get ready to start adding a stick of butter to this. Whisking, whisking, whisking the whole time. You're gonna wanna dump it all in, and don't, because you're gonna end up with bad. And if you've been good, here's where we're at. Beautiful hollandaise. We need a little pinch of salt and pepper. And I think what would be fun to add to this is one more thing, an Anaheim chili. Cut it up, we'll stir it into our hollandaise. And now, this green chili hollandaise comes in for the win. Unfreaking believable.
Here's a fun little cupcake hack using spaghetti. Bring a pot of salted water to a boil and cook some noodles al dente. That's roughly 8 minutes. Combine the noodles with your sauce of choice. I'm using bolognese. Using a pasta fork, roll up some noodles and place it in each spot of a cupcake tray. Spray the cupcake tray with olive oil and add Parmesan cheese so that when the noodles bake, they hold together. Add a mini ball of mozzarella to the center of each one. Then sprinkle on some Parmesan and bake it in a 400-degree oven for roughly 25 minutes. Add some more sauce on top and sprinkle on some Parmesan cheese.
Here's a quick and easy keto dinner idea. So I just took some kielbasa and butterflied them, and then I put them on my grill pan. I would put them on my normal grill, but I don't have one. And then for my burgers, I just used salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and also put them on my grill pan. It was kind of like a cookout type dinner situation. It was so good. I added some provolone cheese to my burgers, and then to plate it, I just served it with broccoli and ranch and some pickles.
Fancy little piglets in a blanket.
Number 8 of 10 of our Super Bowl appetizer lineup. Pat Dry 16 Little Smokies. Corner to corner and separate. Sprinkle with some spicy Danos. There is no wrong or right way to do this. Just start from one end and roll until the other, just like that. Heat up your cast iron on medium high. Add some EVOO, some minced garlic, some sea salt. Turn the heat off. Preheat your oven to 375. Roll each of these very carefully into your oil mixture. Then place them in the oven at 375 for 10 to 12 minutes. And voila.
Serve with your favorite dipping sauce.
Since you all love my baked feta pasta, I had to make another variation, and this combo is another level. Start with mixed mushrooms, red onion and some garlic, along with fresh thyme and a good drizzle of olive oil. For the star of the show, I'm using Persian feta, which I find less salty, topped with oregano. Bake until it's beautiful and golden and mash your garlic. Give it a mix and throw in your spinach, pine nuts, pasta, and the secret touch is pasta water. It brings that creaminess all together.
Look, everybody needs to know how to blast out a perfectly roasted chicken. Now let's go! Pull your chicken chicken out of the fridge 1 hour before cooking. Now we want to remove this wishbone right here. That's going to make carving way easier. Now this is an air dried chicken, but I'm still going to get it as dry as possible. Now really simple, just a little neutral oil. Rub that down. I got a fresh batch of rosemary salt. If you know, you know. Now from a distance, begin to season the bird. Really take the time to get under the wings and all around the legs. Also very important you get that salt inside the bird. Chicken does a little yoga, and we're gonna stuff it with some shallot, crushed garlic, lemon, and just a couple sprigs of thyme. Get that down. Now we're gonna start the chicken in a 425-degree oven. After 25 minutes, drop the heat to 350 and cook for another 30 minutes until the internal temp reaches 165. Crispy, my friends. And the first thing I always do, I call it the chef's treat. I just pull off that wing. Then just slice and enjoy, my friends. You know I love you.
Let's make potato roll. First we need 2 small potatoes. A baking tray, add parchment paper and cover with Parmigiano Reggiano. Cut potatoes into slices 3 mm thick and fill the tray with potatoes. Add more Parmigiano Reggiano and bake 30 minutes at 350 degrees. In a medium heat pan, add olive oil and onion. Cook for 5 minutes. Add beef and cook until brown. Then add tomatoes and parsley. Paprika, pepper, rosemary salt oregano, combine and remove from heat. In a separate pan, add olive oil and spinach, salt and garlic. Cook few minutes and mix with ricotta cheese. And assemble ricotta layer, beef layer and mozzarella cheese. Make a roll and bake 25 minutes at 350 degrees. Sprinkle with fresh parsley and enjoy. Try it once and you will keep making it.